welcome to today's tutorial, and here we are doing a PS4 controller, and that will be controlling the drone. So let me just show you real quickly what this will be about. Okay, just needs to load the scripts and everything, compiling it. Here we are. So if it loads. Is it frozen? Okay, there we go. If we hit play, what we'll be doing is you're going to be able to walk around with the PS4 controller, jump. We're going to be able to also add sprint. We already have that, so this is sprint, walk. And so you see the drone, there's two ways we have it so that you can control it. One way is you pull the trigger and you teleport to it, and then you can control it from there. As you can tell, it's moving around. So yeah, that's how one way you could control it is. Also, another way is you just don't have the character move and just have the drone moving. Yeah, so I can show you how to do both of those. That's pretty nice. So that's what we're going to be doing in this tutorial. So what you want to do is open up Unity, preferably 5.6. Call it whatever you want, PS4 controller, controlling drone, I don't know. 3D project, keep it wherever you want, and create it. Okay, here we are. So you start off with nothing. So what you want to do is we're going to want to import the default character movement just so that we can have a character that we can walk around with to customize. So off the bat, you might notice if you, hold on, just wait for this to load. Just waiting for this to load. Okay, almost done. So right off the bat, if we create a plane, and hit, drag in a character, first-person player, prefab, FPS controller. You hit play. You can move around with the mouse and keyboard. But if you try and doing the controller, you can automatically walk around horizontally and vertically. You can jump with triangle, that's sort of messed up, but you can't look around. So we're gonna fix everything with that, and we're gonna also add some custom input. So you're gonna go to Edit, Play Project Settings, Input, go to Axis. You should have either 18 or 15. So horizontal and vertical automatically work with the joysticks. So what we're going to want to do is mouse X and mouse Y. And, whoops. Okay. So I'm going to show you everything right here. Hold on. So what you might want to do is go to Google. I'm going to check my history. Let's go. Where is it? Okay, so you're going to want to, this is a website, I'll put it in the description, or I'll just paste these. Some of these might be wrong, you can test, I'll show you how to test with them. But these are the joystick button mappings. So we're going to want to do, the rotation for like looking around is going to be the right stick. So it says it's the third and fourth axis. So we're gonna want to, I found it's not actually the fourth, it's the sixth axis. So go into Unity. What you're gonna want to do is go to positive button, which is either you can set that to, so this, you're gonna want to joystick axes and then do third axis. So if you hit play, what this does so far is allows you to look left and right very slowly with just the controller. Okay, that was my mouse right there. Now what we're gonna do is joystick axes. Go to 6. And now, oh, yep, it's inverted. So 6 is inverted if you have it on the 6. Let's see 4th. Just to show, I'm pretty sure 4th is not right. Yep. 4th is, yeah, it's L2. 4th is L2. But we don't want that as an axis. Okay, let's go to 6th. Not everything works this way, just the buttons that have buttons that have like an X and a Y axis on them. So if you know what I mean. But let's set this to 1.5. I found that was a good sensitivity. Click invert because it's automatically inverted. Sort of weird. Now we can walk around. We jump with triangle, but that's a little weird. So let's fix that. Let's go down to jump. And if you check on the mappings, X is button 1. That's correct. So if you set the joystick button to 1, so when it's hit, it's going to allow us, instead of hitting triangle to jump, X is now jump. Yeah, awesome. So you can mess around with all these, but say you don't want to do these, you want to create your own custom one. Let's do 19. Automatically, by adding one more, it'll add a copy of the last one. But we don't want that. Let's just call this, let's get it when you hit R2. So let's call it PS4 score R2. And we got that as to be, what was R2? It's probably wrong, but R1, R2 it says is 7. I'm gonna check if that works. The reason how I'm gonna check if that works, if it's 7, is by going into jump and setting jump to 7 and see if I jump when I hit it. Yep, it is 7. Okay, so we can set this back to 1 and then we can set this to 7. So the sensitivity is saying right when it gets the input down, it's instantly saying true or false, or like 1 or 0 in this case. But if we put it lower, it'll get the exact like how much it is pushed down, if you know what I mean. So let's keep it like that, and let's go into some code and see how it's ran. So you're gonna want to click on first person controller. You're gonna want to edit the first person controller script. So let it load. I use mono develop. You don't have to. As you can see, they import cross-platform input. And if you go down to, let's search horizontal, how they do it is they do cross-platform input dot get axes, and they type in the name. So this could be PS4 underscore R1. R1, which is what we named it. So I'm just gonna want to copy this. Okay, and then we're gonna go to assets, create C# script. So it's gonna be called drone. Let's open that up. Okay. So I'm just place that. Whoops. I guess I didn't copy it there. This is annoying. Okay. Place that in. It's gonna give us an error because we have to include or using to do that. Then it won't give us an error. So let's do PS4 underscore R1. So we can just print the value of this. And let's put this on. Let's just create a little box for now. That would be our drone later on. There we go, has the drone script. Okay, if we hit play, and we hit, hold on, input axes, PS4, R1 is not set up. Okay, let's see what that's about. Project settings, input, oh yeah, R2, sorry. Save that. Let's not full screen on play. By going into game, do not maximize on play. That allows us to go into console. So it's 0. As long as we hold down, it's 1, and then we release it 0. I'm having it collapsed just to be able to see better. 0, 1, 0, 1. If we change the sensitivity, let's just do something pretty low. If I am right, it'll get more accurate. Okay, if we do 1, it'll give us the exact, it'll go up to all the way up to 1 at max. But remember, it's collapsing. So if I go all the way back up to when it said 1, right here, if I hold it down all the way up, that'll go on. So that's what sensitivity is and how that works. Oh wait, I have to get out of play mode. Yeah, I like to keep it at 1,000 just to have it true or false. Okay, we've got that working. Let's go to this. Now we don't need this mapping anymore. You guys might want to use this for other stuff, but it's not fully correct. So it's good just to test out different buttons and how they work and which one's which. I like using it with jump, checking out what jump is. Yeah, so as you can tell, R2 can be an axis or just a normal button because it has how far you're pushing it down. So, yeah, which makes it also an axis if you want. Okay, so instead of doing this, let's say if you press this button, we're gonna enable the drone. We're gonna start using it. So I have everything fully done in the script. Here's the drone script. Okay, so drone. This is all the code you need for moving the drone. I'm gonna redo everything just to show you, but you don't need much code to move the drone around. So yeah, let's just get these. Hold on. Oh, I can't. Can I have 2 open at once? Oh, I guess I can't. But what I can have, file, open. If I go back to assets, here I can open up drone controller. All we need is the one script drone. Okay, this is all we need open. So first we're gonna wanna get, okay, let me show you something. To make the drone be able to turn and then move in the direction that it turned, if you know what I mean, move, say it rotates, let's use this as an example. Oh, whoops. Let's say it rotates 90 degrees. By default, even if you use move local position, it'll still move among here as forward, back, left, and right. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to rotate the main game object. Then we're going to want to move this as local position, and then constantly set the game object's position to the cubes, and the cubes back to the game object's position. To have it sort of like, let me show you. This pushes out, game object comes in, this pushes back. But it's all in one frame, so it looks like it's just all as one going forward. This will save us from a lot of bugs later on in the future. So yeah, let me just bring the drone itself up. Make it smaller. That's just a simple drone. We can have it. We can also import an asset I have, but for now that will work. What we're going to want to do is game object drones. I'm calling it drones because the file is already called drone. This script, instead of going on the cube, will go on the game object itself, and we're gonna rotate, or we're gonna move the cube itself, and the cube is drones, if you know what I mean. I'll show you that just in a second. I keep on saying if you know what I mean a lot, I'm sorry. But yeah, so if you get the button here, let me need one more parentheses. What we're gonna want to do is, so you're gonna want to reset the velocity of the object. What I mean by this is, so basically this has we're gonna add a rigid body so that it can crash into objects and have a collision. So we are not gonna use gravity. We're gonna set this to 0. Actually, we don't have to. But we're going to freeze the positions here, rotations. And we're this is just setting the velocity to 0 so that it's not moving around, so it's not like, you know what I mean, like if it starts to rotate somehow, it won't continuously rotate, or if we turn the controller in one direction for rotating it, it won't continuously rotate. So basically what this is meaning, it means it freezes the rotation that the rigid body controls, not other scripts. Other scripts can still rotate it. So yeah, we're gonna want rigid body to control its position, because if it crashes into an object, we don't want it just to go right through, so we're gonna want it to be able to push it away. Or at least just stop it. If you know, you probably do. Let's get component rigid body dot velocity equals new vector 3 0, 0, 0. You don't need float the F if it's not, you gotta float. If you just set it at 0, you don't need the F. If you do 0 point something, or 1 point something, or etc., you do need the F for float. So yeah. Now what we're gonna wanna do is at the start of update, we're gonna want to set the, game object to the drone, and then reset the drone back to the game object. Because if we have the drone off here and the game object's up here, then we're gonna have to, and we teleport the game object to here where the drone was, then the drone still moves forward. So then we have to set it back. Yeah, okay. So what we're gonna do is transform dot position. If you don't have any game object or anything before this, it automatically means the the object that has the script attached. Position equals drones dot transform dot position, and we're just gonna want to copy this. Whoops. I'll copy that. Did I copy it? Yeah, paste it. But just add drones here and then take it away. There. Okay. Now from here we want to do the if for like if you press the button. So because this should automatically happen no matter what. If you press the button to start controlling the drone, then we're gonna want to do all this. So this is where you actually start controlling the drone. So this part is moving it among the X. Oh wait, no, this is moving it up and down. This part is rotating the drone left and right. And this part is moving the drone among the X and Z axis. So what we're going to want to do is we are going to want to go to drones. I'm just going to copy this because it's going to be a lot easier. So we're going to do transform dot position plus equals new vector 3. Then we're going to want to do from that. Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So we're going to want to do a new vector 3. So we're going to want to change it across the y-axis because y is up and down. So we're not going to want to change the x. We're going to want to set the y to the vertical movement, which if you think about that, vertical would be up and down. Horizontal is left and right, so vertical would be up and down. And moving the left one up and down is basically, so vertical means the left one up and down. Horizontal means the left one left and right. Mouse Y is moving the right one among the Y. Mouse X is moving the right one among the X. So vertical is moving it the left one among the Y. So that's what we're going to want to do. And then we're going to do 0. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to want to do transform dot we're going to want to do transform dot local. Wait. What we're going to want to do is right here we're going to want to be moving the drone. But here we're going to want to be rotating the transform itself. Local rotation plus equals new sorry. Alright, sorry about that. Let me just go to the code. Where did there, sorry. So what you're gonna want to do is new vector 3 parentheses. We're gonna want to move it around on the X and Z axis. So just copy this, paste. We're gonna want to divide it by 20 because 20 is a good good speed for your drone. 0, and then you don't need the float right there, I don't think, because it's not being used as, you're not using it as a float by doing a decimal. And then vertical. There we go. Save. Let's build it. I think I forgot a semicolon. Build. There we go. Let's go back into Unity. This one. And let's just see. Yep, we're recording. Okay. Play. We can walk around, and when we hit the button, it's moving around. Alright, something's wrong. What did I do? Oh yeah, okay, let me just try real quickly turning this off when I'm playing, because that's going to make it a lot easier. Sorry about that. So can't move it around then. Oh, that's... What the heck did I do? Did I like forget something? Rotate, transform the position drones. Okay. Let's see. I forgot to divide. Oh! Okay, so instead of horizontal and vertical, what you're going to want to do is mouse X and mouse Y. So basically, horizontal is the left joystick's X. Vertical is left joystick's Y, and mouse X is right X. Mouse Y is right Y. So that's the problem. I don't think we have to build it because it'll work hopefully. Hit play. We can't move it around. Then when you hit the trigger, we can move the drone around, turn it up. Yay, now we have a flying, perfect, awesome drone that we can use. And it even works like if we put it on the ground, we can't make it go through the ground. Okay, so now what I'm just gonna do is, all of you guys who are cringing at the ugly little square, we're gonna get a better picture or better drone. If we hop into, is it this? No. I have it in this, okay, right here. Pop up. Okay. Pop up Aslam. See if that shows anything. No, okay, so search drone. Oh, free only, sorry. Free only drone. Scroll down, sci-fi enemies. There we go. Just import this. You guys will be downloaded and then import. There we go. That's what we wanted. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so now that that's set up, you have it right here. Go into your scene. This sci-fi combats, imported 3D characters. So I'm just gonna show you guys. This is the drone. This is the warrior. And you have some pretty awesome vehicles. You have a tank. You have this bomber plane, but I have no idea what the heck. How does this look like a drop pod? It looks nothing like a drop pod to me. That may just be me, but this does not look like a drop pod. But yeah, it comes with some sick vehicles you can mess around with, change your drone to that. But for right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just delete all these, hold on. Go back to imported, characters. Now I'm gonna drag drone into the game object. Delete the cube. Maybe make the drone a little bit bigger. Have a big drone. You have the rigid body. Does the drone have a box collider? Nope. Box collider. There we go. Play. So you can't move the drone around until you hit the... Oh, whoops. First of all, the drone is ugly with the size that I set it to. It looks a lot better, smaller size. Plus, we have to reselect drone to PA drone, because that's the name of it. So now we can't move it around until we hit the trigger button, and it is pretty sick to move around. It's really nice. If we rotate it and I go forward, it works. I can't go down into the player. It just doesn't work. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something pretty cool after this. We're gonna, you didn't see it in the little in this little, how do I show you it? You didn't see it in the demo that we had at the start, but what we're gonna add is for the player controller, open this up. I'm going to create a cube. This is a very special cube. So you can adjust this around. Let me just, you don't see the cube, okay. Now you should see it. What, do you see it even? Oh, it's looking at the wrong angle. Oops. Okay. So yeah, this is just gonna be a panel that you're gonna look at to show the output of the drone. For all you drone people who like FPS, we don't have FPS, but we have the next best thing. Well, we can do FPS. All that is having it either spawn on your face or just have it as a widget. I don't know what it's called in this. It's a UI, so you could have a UI. So what we're gonna wanna do is click on the drone, go in, we're gonna wanna add a camera, move the camera forward to the tip of the drone. Then once we added the camera, we're gonna wanna, maybe if you like, add a tilt to it, down. Now that we've done that, we can go, we're gonna wanna create a render texture. Go to under camera, drag the render texture into the target texture. Okay, now you're gonna wanna create a material, cam map, go to unlit, texture, drag cam into there, and then drag cam mat there. When you hit play, if you look, oh, it's rotated wrong. Select this. I want to rotate it among this, oh, whoops. Okay, so let's go to local, I believe we want. Yeah, there we go. So now we have this nice view of the camera. If we can turn it around, it's not the greatest view, but we can just mess with that, rotate it a little bit. Yeah, it's off. It's this one. This should be 180. Wait. Flatten it out. Maybe just do only that view. And then let's just create some random cubes in here. Just for reference. Okay, so we have this view of the drone. You can fly it around, go back. This is the beauty of using Unity. Simple, cool, awesome, like stuff. This is pretty awesome, don't you think? It really feels like I'm flying a drone. Then I can just let go of the trigger, no longer works. So now we're gonna add a little bit more. I think this is very useful. This last part we're gonna add. So I have it as its own script. We're probably gonna do that too. You can add it on to the old script, but I think it's better just to put it as its own. Or you could put it on the drone script, but let's just make our own new script. Let's go to Assets, Create, script, controller. Don't have the best names, but as you can tell from this, we're going to want to input the cross-platform. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on and off the controls of the drone, and also turn on and off the controls of the player. And as you can tell, the first-person controller script is the script that controls the player. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to enable and disable the script with a simple function, which is basically doing that, which uses it or doesn't use it in the game. So as you can tell, its namespace is Unity Standard Assets Characters First Person. So, and the class is First Person Controller. So to reference this specific script, we would do this. So yeah, what we're going to do is do private Unity Standard Assets Characters First Person Controller. If you don't know how to open up First Person Controller, again, if you go back into Unity, First Person Controllers on the FPS controller, edit script. Okay, that's that. You do Unity Standard Assets Characters First Person Controller, and you're gonna set that to FPC, First Person Controller. So that's an instance. That's the instance of the script. So we're gonna set this instance to the game object. Let's see. The game object get component. Get component. And then you can just copy this part. Whoops. Sorry. Copy this. Copy. Oops. Paste. And parentheses and semicolon. So now you're instantiating FPC. We're going to want to also instantiate drones. Public game object drones, sorry. Okay. Let's see this. Okay, let's just... Yep, okay. So let's then okay, yeah. Then what we're going to want to do is just check if you get the input R1. So you could get this from drone we just did, or sorry, R2, if you press R2. If R2 is pressed, then do this. You can just copy that from drone, the normal drone. Then we're going to want to do fpc.enabled equals false, because we don't want to use it when we are when we hit R2. We don't want to use the controller. We want to fly the drone. So if you want the player to teleport to the drone, then you can do this, but otherwise you don't have to. What you do is transform.position drones. Okay, so what this is doing is it's just setting the player's location on top of the drone and setting their rotation. So what you're going to want to do is transform.rotation equals drones.transform.rotation. It sets the drone's transform rotation plus new vector 3 and then 0, 1, 0. So basically we're going to lift it 1 unit up above the drone. If you want, you could also set its rotation. Rotation equals, oh, whoops, sorry. Position. Did I do local? No, you can do it as, no, because you don't want to do it as local. Okay, finally, transform.rotation equals drones.transform top rotation, and we don't need to put it off. The reason why we have an offset is because if you had the player in the drone would be constantly be moving forward, and R2 would be always 1, and you'd be constantly teleporting into it, moving it forward, and then you teleport into it, which would make you fly into one direction. Not the band. Else, okay, so if you're not pressing it, what you're gonna want to do is set it to enabled. Is that it? Okay, yeah, that's it. Else, need a space there, right? No. What did I do wrong? Oh, wow. Spaces don't matter really, unless they're for words. Okay. Project. You're gonna wanna go to controller, drag this onto the first person controller. I'm just gonna remove this because I already had it added. Remove component. Then you just wanna drag in this drone, not the game object. Well, you can, but it doesn't really matter. I prefer the game object. So you can walk around, normally jump with this awesome screen. You hit trigger, you teleport to it, and then you can move around like that while still seeing the camera. Then once you let go, you can look around. You can look down at it and then hit trigger. So yeah, the reason why it's not resetting the camera when I'm looking down is because it's resetting the first person controllers. But the first person controller and the first person characters rotation are different. As you can tell, the first person character, as I move, is rotated. But the first person controller, hold on. If I can get my mouse out, the first person controller itself, when I teleport to it, only moves when the drone moves. So yeah, that's the difference between them. Let's just have it so that it switches controls. You don't teleport to it. Okay, actually I have a better idea. This idea will make it so that it's gonna make it pretty cool to fly. So if sorry about that. Hold on. If first person controller dot enabled equals false, if it's equal to false, and we can add another access. So here's file, edit, project settings, input, change it to 20. Scroll down. Let's just change this to L1 or L2, sorry. Oh my gosh. Go to Chrome. I have it right here. L2 is said to be 5. Wait, no. It's R1. L2 is said to be 6. I don't believe it's 6. Let's just test it out. Or no, let's test out by this button. Setting that to 6. Setting this to like 7, whatever. There, hit play. See if that'll work. Yep, so it is 6 because it's teleporting me to it. Let me just double check that it's not any other button teleports me. Yep, specifically that button. Okay, awesome. So we can change this back to 6. This is L1 is 6. R2 is 7. Now that we have that all configured, we can go back to this and if cross-platform, just copy that. Cross-platform not R1, L1 is equal to 1. Then, wait. Okay. I deleted the teleporting part, but I didn't save it, sorry. Okay, let me just paste this in. If, then you teleport. There we go, so if we hit play, error, simple error, probably, yeah. Or, yeah, I missed an ending parentheses. Okay, so basically we can walk around, then we can start flying it normally. Awesome. And say we want to teleport to it, you can teleport onto it. But then the drone can fly away from us. I do not believe we have a rigid, yeah, we don't have a rigid body on. Oh, wait, we do. Wait, what? Teleport, fly away. Oh, that's why. That makes so much more sense. Okay, so basically how it works is when you're holding this button down, it disables the first person controller, which also disables gravity. Do you know what I mean? Because if I'm correct, I'm not sure about this, first person character also has its gravity built into it. That makes sense. So it doesn't already have a rigid body, which would make it not. That's okay. So what we can add is add a rigid body. Oh wait, when we hit play, does that add it adds a rigid body, and when I hit this button, sorry, the rigid body isn't being continuously ran. That makes sense. That's interesting. That can be fixed by having a different main controller to control this, but I don't want to look for new controllers because this one's pretty nice. It's a default. So yeah, what you can do is it's, why is it kinematic? That shouldn't be. Oh, I think I figured out why. Oh wait, goodbye, cruel world. Okay, now I'm holding on to this. I'm sinking through the drone slowly. It's like quicksand. Okay, there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
But if you close your eyes